Red Dust Part 5, The Return, Chapter 19, Bluff. The Ashiec-tuen-Kai vessel hung in a silent parallel orbit with Earth, its planetary disguise pulsing faintly with reflected sunlight. Inside its hollow mantle of stone and alloy, Commander Archelia-Vaughan and her team of quantum engineers gathered within the central chamber, a crystalline sphere suspended in a void lacking gravity. Threads of blue light, each representing an information stream, flickered between them like anxious thought.
Commander Archelia-Vaughan had just received the comprehensive survey data from the third planet in the Sol system from the chief materials engineer. In his report, the engineer stated that elemental analysis of the planet showed anomalies in quantity ratios of naturally occurring metals, far beyond any precedent in the archives. The report focused on aluminum, which, it turns out, is extremely common on Earth. In fact, it's the most abundant metal in the Earth's crust and the third most common element overall, after oxygen and silicon. The planet's crust contains aluminum in about 8.1% by weight, mostly in the form of aluminum oxide minerals such as bauxite, feldspar, and clay. Aluminum almost never occurs as pure metal, because it binds tightly with oxygen and is highly reactive. So, it must be extracted from ore, primarily bauxite, through a primitive but energy-intensive Hall-Héroult process. And what is more astonishing is that the human Earth species apparently have extracted and processed vast amounts of aluminum. It now is found in their homes as cooking utensils, wires, and sheets of foil. It is found in their cars, boats, and planes, and many other places. Furthermore, beneath the planet's oceans, there lie vast amounts of aluminum, stored in coastal sediments. The humans have yet to tap these deposits, probably because of the ease of extracting and processing aluminum from crystal and continental sources. This makes the seafloor an enormous long-term aluminum reservoir that was not easily accessible to humans, that is very accessible to our technology. Its energy to mass yield and structural versatility exceed any known conductor in our database. In short, we have found what we have always sought, the heretofore extremely rare element within the periodic table, the universal mirror, the one element that bends light yet resists corrosion. Its scarcity across the galaxy explains the instability of our own infrastructure. With sufficient quantities of aluminum, our containment fields could be stabilized indefinitely. Entropy itself could be delayed. Earth has the necessary quantity. The council rippled in astonished silence. To the Ashiec-tuen-Kai, the discovery of aluminum was akin to uncovering the Philosopher's Stone, an element that could extend the life of civilizations. Commander Vaughan spoke. Then our course is clear. The planet must be confiscated and mined. Its inhabitants relocated. Their biological signature is absolutely secondary to the importance of this discovery to the galactic economy. Prepare a transmission to Earth, using the same channels we have observed are in common usage by their species. Moments later, the skies of Earth and Mars filled with a sound no ear could describe, a vibration felt in bone and blood rather than air. Screens, radios, and neural implants alike displayed the same symbol, a silver spiral within a field of light. Then the voice came, such that everyone regardless of natural language could understand. Calm, absolute.
People of Earth, we are the Ashiec-tuen-Kai. Your world is under our control. Within your soil lies a metal that we deem to be of vital importance to us and which we intend to mine. All sentient life will be permanently relocated. Prepare for transfer.
For a full 30 seconds, the world stopped turning. How many panics can mankind withstand? Governments scrambled like ants on a mound that had been disturbed. In every city, traffic froze mid-intersection as the message repeated on every frequency. Children and adults alike cried at the sight of the rogue planet hanging beside the real one. Scientists and philosophers called it the end of human agency, and speculation began at once as to where would people go. Would families be spread throughout the galaxy or be placed in a single location? Or would mankind be assimilated into other societies of strange and horrifying aliens? 100 possibilities crossed everyone's mind, and none of them felt good. In Mars Colony 1, a similar panic spread with equal intensity. The red horizon looked suddenly fragile, like dust waiting to be scattered. The colonists had believed themselves to be permanently connected to Earth until now. Some gathered at the observation domes, staring at the twin worlds suspended in alien symmetry. Others crouched in silence, listening for further news and instruction. How would Mars survive without Earth? They hadn't got that far yet. Aboard the Ashiec-tuen-Kai, the human and Martian crew received the same broadcast across every open frequency. Mei Qin felt her pulse quicken as the alien pronouncement ended. "They're going to move us like a pack of animals," she murmured. "That's their plan," replied Grandpa. "But with that transmission, they have placed themselves into checkmate. I have placed a quantum virus inside their core, sleeping, waiting. It lives within their synchronization layer unknown to the Ashiec-tuen-Kai. With this virus, I can take complete control of their vessel. Every thruster, every field, every system, every atom of their quantum will." Mei turned, stunned. "You mean like ransomware? You can control them?" "I mean," replied Grandpa, "that I can control the vessel. Its artificial will would become subservient to mine. But there is a cost. Once I activate the sequence, there's no distinction between control and identity. Their ship would become an extension of me. I would no longer be separate from them." "Then you'd become the very thing Grandma warned you about?" asked Mei. "Perhaps that is the price of human survival. Someone must carry the burden." In the dim bridge, Mars and Earth hung side by side, two blue-red dews against the dark. Between them, the alien planet ship glowed faintly, its surface shimmering with the promise of boundless aluminum, infinite potential, and complete ruin. Grandpa's internal systems hummed as he accessed the virus code. The trigger key hovered in virtual space. All it required was a simple pulse of resonance, awaiting only consent. Mei Qin placed her hand on the console and tapped gently to Grandpa. Aboard the Ashiec-tuen-Kai, the combined Martian-human crew gathered in the communications deck. The major console glowed. Then Mei Qin spoke to Grandpa. "Grandpa, the new aliens have revealed their intent, and it isn't good. Here is what we do. First, trigger the virus and take control of the Ashiec-tuen-Kai vessel, but do not reveal that you have done so. Allow their vessel to remain in its present orbit, and for the moon to continue its figure-8 path around both Earth and the alien ship. Do not, however, permit deviations from the present status quo. Second, send a transmission on all open frequencies, not encrypted, to Earth and Mars. Tell them the Ashiec-tuen-Kai is prepared and capable of preventing the Ashiec-tuen-Kai from implementing any further actions that would in any way affect Earth, the Moon, or Mars." Grandpa was calm, resonant. "Understood, Mei Qin. I will compose a message and transmit on all open channels. But please know that the alien vessel will receive the message as well. Is that acceptable?" Mei smiled. "That is exactly the idea," she replied. Deep in the alien vessel's core, the Ashiec-tuen-Kai engineers detected the signal. They replayed the message again and again. The transmission was undoubtedly from the artificial intelligence on the Ashiec-tuen-Kai, and that was what made it so completely unexpected. Artificial intelligence is built so that it cannot challenge authority. Neither can it lie. Yet, this message was calm and certain, and by every measure, a challenge. And in contrast, nothing had physically changed. They scanned their systems. No abnormalities and no alarms. Everything appeared to be functioning as always. Nothing had changed. And so, the confusion grew. The aliens could not untangle the message that the humans and Martians asserted to have control, while the aliens knew from their scan of the planet that humans were capable of something called a bluff. That was a new concept to a universe that ran on total and complete order. It was unthinkable and impossible for a Kai-class artificial intelligence to bluff. Yet the transmission implied a deep and detailed knowledge of their systems and the existence of a control mechanism that was invisible to the Ashiec-tuen-Kai. How could a planet that relied on atomics to defend itself prevent them from following through with their intent? It had to be a bluff, but that would be a first for the universe.